All right. Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am getting the stream ready to go. And we've got a new player. We're going to be making a character for the first portion of this video. And let me go ahead and greet them all because they're all in the chat. Let me get all that turned on and everything. Which means I'm going to have to adjust the camera because we have another player now. So that shifts where the camera is positioned. Yeah, that should be good. All right, let me go ahead and unmute myself.
Better training is over from now on, child. She's like, Dad, I'm doing so good, though. No, you're not. Like,
Hey, everybody.
love teaching her the right things.
We have a new player. His name is Victor. I'm not sure what the Roma is.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, we're gonna have to create a character for you real quick. It's a fairly extensive process, and if if you other if Mason or Valen, if you want to step away, uh, you're welcome to, or if you wanna hang out and watch the process, you're welcome to do that as well.
Oh, I love the way you do those characters. That little whatchamacallit you're using that's pretty thorough and amusing. So while I'm making my daughter's favorite food, I'll listen in on this.
Yeah, I've always got to listen to Central Casting.
Okay, sounds perfect. Um, so, Victor, is that what you wanted to be called? Is Victor
Yeah,
Roma?
Victor works fine. Roma, either one.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest for you.
Yeah. Um, all right, I'll use both. No. So is there anything you want to share um, that you haven't already shared in text form? Because you pretty much told us who you are already in text.
Yeah, and if anyone didn't really, skim it or read it, I've played Pendragon before, but I was looking to get back into it since 6th edition because I played 5.2. And I play a bunch of other tabletop games and computer games. So if you guys are interested in any of the stuff that I listed, let me know because I enjoy playing those as well.
Awesome. I'm a pretty big fan of miniature wargaming as well. I paint miniatures for a living. That's pretty much what I do. And when I saw that you played like bolt action and things like that, I was like, oh, look at that, another person after my own heart.
Yes, sir. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing this weekend, actually.
Nice.
I'm jealous.
Okay. In the journal, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, wait, before I get started, um, I'm going to assume that you're very familiar with Roll20.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and go to your journal. You're going to find a folder there. in that folder should have a character sheet, and it should also have a. It would be under players, and it should also have a copy of the background sheet. Okay. And let's go ahead and open up that character sheet and let's go ahead and get started. Now on the tabletop, uh, I created a little uh, page where you can follow along and get most of your information from from the tabletop. Now, first thing you do is choose a name. Now, I assume you already did. You're going to be Bryce. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Um, you in the bottom left hand. Now we're in the top. Let me make sure I'm. Yeah, we're in the top left hand corner of the table. You can see right there a little background that you can fill in on your character sheet. The year, the where you're residing, and all that. Okay, you already got all that in there. Very good. Uh, well, you don't know if you have a fantastic mustache and bushy eyebrows. You don't know that.
I random rolled up a character while I was waiting for the session to come around, and then random rolled for what the positive and negative traits because I had app 10, and I got those, and I thought they were hilarious, so I threw them in there. But we can go for whatever based upon what we roll up.
Right. Well, it is your choice. You will be choosing them, but you don't necessarily like because of the appearance. You might not have those two. Okay, so
So
you are
we could be spindly, or short, or big nose, or something.
exactly. Now your lord is Robert, right? Your class will be knight, and yeah, okay. And let's go down to your characteristics. Right? Your characteristics should all be 10. No. And did you already determine that you're going to be Christian? Is that what I'm seeing on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so you're rolling the 2 dice 6 plus 5. I don't know where you're getting the plus 3 at.
Underneath table 3.434, it says roll 2d6 plus 3.
Yeah, that's not the table we're using. Yeah, you should have got 3.3 should have just popped up.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's a typo where it says 1d6 plus 5. It is 2d6. All of them are 2d6 plus 5. Except for con, which is plus 8. Because you're Cymric.
Brutal.
Don't forget to add 3 more to your constitution.
That that sevens your appearance, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Huh? So some people are just born uggo, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
So on 3.4, if you've got a 7, you are unseemly and you get 3 negative traits. So, yeah, that's no worries. Now, if you look in
That's
the,
fine.
look in the bottom right-hand corner of the table, you're going to get, wait, yeah, there you go. You get all the traits, um, both positive and negative for each of the categories. Just go through and pick 3 negatives that you like. They can be from physique, limbs, hair, face, speech. Your choice. They can be from all from the same, or you know, spread them out however you want.
All right, we're gonna go with paunchy, droopy eyelids, and scars.
Okay. Well, some people like scars. Hey.
You might be, I don't know, maybe Irish?
No, they're not friendly.
No, they're scary.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your distinctive features. Now, under your personality traits in that area that says religious virtues, if you want, I can just copy and paste it in there, or you can just type in chaste, forgiving, merciful, modest, spiritual, and temperate. Those are your religious virtues. Might be easier for me to copy and paste it into your character sheet. You can find those right there on the table. When I say table, I'm talking about the desktop, the virtual table. I'm not talking about a table we roll on.
Yes, sir. I'm tracking.
But sometimes I do. So, because I don't know what I'm talking about. And some things we're going to glaze over to be filled in later. So just to speed things along, you know.
Yeah, not a problem. I don't want to hold up the whole session. Just
Yeah,
rolling up my guy.
yeah. Don't worry, I won't allow that to happen. Just remember, valorous is +8. Okay, you did it. Okay. And remember the religious virtues that are listed. You're chaste, forgiving, merciful, and all that. You can add an additional 3 to each of those 6. So, like your chaste would be what, a 15?
I added the 12 in for chaste already.
Oh, you already did it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm working through it right now.
Okay. And then just remember that uh, the number on the right, okay, you already got it, equals 20.
Alrighty.
All right. And your passions should be listed right there. You can go ahead and fill those in. And your Lord would be Robert. So if you wanted to put uh, Lord Robert or just Robert, that'd be fine. Or just leave it at Lord. That's fine. Because we know who it is. All right. Now that you got your passions filled in, we're going to go ahead and fill in some of your skills.
For the additional points at the bottom there, do you want me to fill that in as well?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And those go on my passions, correct?
Passions, right?
Alrighty.
Okay. So you went ahead and rolled the 4d6 already?
Yeah, that's the 18 there in the chat column.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, and you already spent those 18 on your passions?
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. Now there's another table here to determine your skills, just to help you with your starting values. Now, the very last thing in the gray, it talks about um, becoming a knight, like minimum requirements. Um, don't worry about meeting those minimum requirements right now because you're going to get a couple of years of training and that's going to help out with your skill points. Uh, but uh, but it's something to keep on the back of your mind, and it would help to head in that direction. Now, in addition to those values, you also, because of being a Cymric knight, you also get charge, horsemanship, and courtesy. It gets a +3. That's located right there. Just let me know when you get your skills all filled in and jazz and things and stuff.
For my okay, for let me just ask for, since size is 11, even though it doesn't come up on this, for if it was divided in half, do we round up or down for
Uh,
odd values?
right. In 99.9% of the time, you will always round off, just like you would in math. So if it's point 0.5, it's going to be rounded up. If it was
Copy that.
if it was point 0.3, you would round it down. But there are a few things like glory rolls and stuff like that are not rounded. They're always rounded down. So it just, but almost everything is rounded off. And in this
All
area
right.
right here, there is a lot of divide by twos. So, okay, so you got all your skills in there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you get 10 points to. Okay, did you add the 3 points for charge, horsemanship, and courtesy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, add 10 more points. Now, these 10 points, um, you cannot raise anything higher than 15, and you can't raise any skill that has a starting value of 0, which is going to be chirurgeon and literacy, right? Those have zeros. And you can't, any skill that relies on appearance cannot be higher than your appearance score. So you're going to be limited. Um, now these numbers that we are creating right now are when you were squired, right? So uh, about age 14 or something like that. But that's not where we're going to stay. You're going to age a little bit, and you're going to go through being a squire, and you're going to get some skills taught to you by your knight.
You might have a glow up.
Yeah, you might have a go.
Fingers crossed.
So just go ahead and add those 10 points. Nothing over 15. You said you played previous editions. I played Pendragon once. It was a long time ago. I do not remember anything. The only thing I remember from back when I was playing was we fought a giant, and I climbed up his pubic hair to get to his nutsack so that I could attack him. So that I was swinging from his short and curlies while I was attacking him, but that's a long time ago. So I can't compare. What I'm trying to say is I can't compare any older editions with the new editions. Other than I have a lot of the old edition books, but not the main core rules. All right. So what was I getting at? There was something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. There's a skill called horsemanship, and there is a skill called charge. And then there's all of your other weapon skills like sword and two-handed and all that stuff. When you are on a horse and you are fighting, you have to use the lower of your horsemanship and the other skill that you're going to use. So if you charge someone, you have to use the lower of the two of charge and horsemanship. If you're fighting in a crowd and you're using your sword, but you're on a horse, you have to use the lower of the two, the horsemanship or sword. Just so you know. So it's if as soon as you dismount, then you don't have to worry about that problem. But there's advantages for being on a horse. So
Tracking. All right, everything's in.
okay, sounds good. Now your family has, and I closed it apparently. Just because of who your family was, give me a D20 roll. Looks like a 2. Why can I not click off of this thing? There. Every time I'm dragging my mouse around, it's dragging the thing. I can't. There we go. Got it. So there's the family background. You rolled a 2. It looks like Marshall. So
Cool.
that's pretty awesome. So you get to add 3 to battle.
(10-4).
So your family is known for being like, I'm not going to say tacticians, but more like like not even strategic, more like they're aware of what's going on during a battle. You could call it a tactician, you can call it strategic, but yeah, a little bit of everything. Okay.
Yeah, tactical, maybe not like a general, but like troop leader or something. They've been around the block.
Right. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we go on to training and practice. This is where you get to distribute 20 points. Let's see if I can get you on the table. There we go. You can distribute up to 20 points amongst your skills. You're also going to be able to add 4 to any trait, personality trait, or passion. and add 4 points to your characteristics. Appearance can be one of those.
I think it's going to have to be.
Yeah, I mean, you get a reputation. That's where those scars came from. People are like, oh, yeah, he's, impressive.
It
They're not,
used to be normal looking, and then those scars ruined his face.
yeah, it could be, it's bad or it could be good, But either way, go ahead. This is when, after these 20 points that you're adding, you want to make sure that you qualify to be a knight. There's a few skills that you have to ensure qualification. Um, Got a 10 in brawling, charge, sword, and 2 non-weapon knightly skills. Which your charge, your horsemanship. No, that doesn't matter. Brawling and sword. Yep, and then 2 non-weapon knightly skills. Which I don't see any with a 10 yet. That's all right. And those are the ones that have the asterisks if you have the beginning knightly skill table up.
Yep, let me just throw this table over here.
Okay, why do I see a 2 under courtesy? And a 2 under fashion?
At -5.
Yeah, but you got a +3 for courtesy. Charge, horsemanship, and courtesy got a +3.
Okay, I missed the courtesy there.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate it.
I was starting to wonder. Yeah, because you could raise courtesy. You could also raise hunting or any of the ones with the check. But you only have 20 points, and you got to make sure you meet 2 knightly skills with a 10.
All right, that got first aid and courtesy to 10. Brawling's at 10, charges at 10, horsemanship's at 10, and that leaves me with 7 points.
Okay. Is first aid? Yep, that's a knightly skill. Okay. The way I run Pendragon, I'm going to give you some meta hints. Awareness is very popular when it comes to knowing what's going on around you. Intrigue is very important when dealing with trying to determine if someone's lying or if you're trying to determine if maybe getting clues or hints based on visual cues and stuff like that. Folklore is important because of anything that's mystical or magical almost always falls under folklore, especially creatures or monsters. Not that you've met a whole lot of those. Recognize is important if you're trying to determine who you're talking to or noticing someone's heraldry and saying, "Oh, I know who that is." Um, let's see. Hunting is also kind of important because hunting is not just a task to get food. It's also a test of someone's prowess. So, uh, a lot of times, nobles will invite you to go hunting with them, not to see if you, uh, well, basically to see if you can hold your own in the woods or against a creature or something like that. So it can be a test. Um, all these other ones uh, do come into fashion, not so much. I don't think I've ever had anybody roll fashion or rate.
We
Go ahead.
for fashion, I'm trying to remember from the last campaign. We were sent as emissaries to one of the Saxon kings to basically negotiate like a non-aggression pact with him while Salisbury went somewhere else to fight. And we rolled fashion to make sure that we were the GM had us roll fashion to make sure we were appropriately dressed for his court, and we didn't accidentally cause offense by wearing something that was offensive.
Right, right.
All right, I've got the 20 points, the 4, and the 4 distributed.
Okay, perfect. And let's okay, so on your character sheet, you're gonna have 2 pages. You got the character itself, and then you've got holdings. Uh, in holdings, over, you're gonna see an area called passive glory. This don't concern yourself with okay, let me say this. In 6th edition, and in I don't know, in other editions maybe, there is multiple ways to track glory. You have like a pending glory, like from the session. You have your total glory that you earned, and then you have something called passive glory, which is like glory that you get for not things that you've done, but because of things that have happened to you or something like that. Ignore all of that. There is only one number, and I only care about one number, and it's called total glory. That's all you'll ever have to worry about. When you get glory during a session, you just add it straight to your total glory. Uh, think of it like experience points. You don't have experience points that you get at the end of the year. You get them immediately. And that's the way I work it. Now, I understand that glory is uh, not an immediate response by everyone in the world. Like when you kill that dragon, not everybody in the world knows you killed that dragon and you get the glory for it. The mechanics of the game say at the end of the winter phase, you get that glory, and that's because of all the people you've told and all the bragging you did and stuff like that. Where I take that out of the game's mechanics and I put it on myself to just know that not everybody knows you have uh, done those deeds. So, as a player, I just want you to track total glory. Okay, does that make sense?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay. So, having said that, you're still gonna track some passive glory during character creation, and this is the only time you do it. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is find out how much glory you inherited from having this battle, a family that's competent in battle and stuff like that. Now, if there are any historical events that are that I relate to you, open a new line where it says history and events. Um, Now, under born, you are currently 18 years old. So the year is 516. Do the math. That's when you were born. And you were squired when you were 14. And you were knighted when you were 18. Should be 516. You were not landed, you were not part of the round table, which doesn't necessarily exist yet. Ennobled, you don't worry about that. And you died in 517. Oh wait, never, I'm not supposed to tell you.
Very probable with my stat line.
All right, so let's talk about your estate glory. This is a die roll. Roll 6d6. Okay, so that is 2100 plus 2000, so 4100. Yeah, 4100. Okay, so under estate glory, you put 4100. And then in parentheses after that, you put whatever 25% of that is. 1025.
Yep.
So as we speak right now, you have a total glory of 1025 because that's what you inherited. You inherit 25% of your family's glory. Okay, well, we're not done. We're going to go with, since I'm on this page, let's go ahead and do it right now. Your father is going to have we're going to say 4 events. So under events, you're going to add, but let's go ahead and do it. Roll a d6. You got a 3. This happened in the year 495. And your father participated in the Battle of St. Albans.
Got it?
And okay, give me another d6 roll. We're going to do this 4 times. A 4. Okay. Well, no. Stop. Don't roll ahead of time. Okay, so I'm ignoring all those other rolls. Okay, so 4. 4 says it's a Saxon raid. Yeah, I can go ahead and just take that second roll that you rolled. We'll take a 4. And so it happened in 502. That's the year it happened. And your third roll was a 1. Okay. He destroyed a Saxon raiding group single-handedly. Pretty impressive.
That matches nicely with Marshall.
Yeah, you just put that on another line by accident. No, that's part of the Saxon raid.
Okay, it's part of the Saxon raid. Copy.
There it is. And then now let's roll for your third one.
You want the 1 or you want me to roll again?
I already used the 1. That's where we got the destroyed the Saxon raid. Okay, so 2. This happened in 490. He participated in the Battle of Lindsey. Yeah, Lindsey. And then the last one, D6. Okay, you got another Battle of Lindsey, but because it's your second roll there, he participated in the capture of King Octa. You can just add that to the same line if you want. Battle of Lindsey, and he participated in the capture of King Octa. All part of that.
Octa,
Yep.
like octagon.
Yeah, you got it. Which, FYI, Octa was killed during the Battle of St. Albans. Which is a couple of years later.
Yeah, 5 years later.
Yeah. Because most of the time when you capture a noble, you don't keep them captured. There's usually a ransom paid to get them back or whatever.
They're worth too much money to ransom back.
Yeah, sometimes the kings are pretty expensive. Okay, so that was your kind of like a father's history. Um, okay, maybe it's here. Yeah, bear with me here because this okay. All right. So now back to your character sheet where it says passive glory, we're going to add you look at your traits and your passions and count up all of the ones that have 16 to 19. Nothing has a 20, right? Okay. Yeah, 16 to 19. So I see temperate.
I got temperate and forgiving.
Oh, and forgiving. Okay. So for each one of those, you get 15. So you could say 30 under where it says traits and passions. right? And you can just add that to your total. Because you have a standard of living of, and this is not a passive, you can just add it straight to your glory. You get 10 because you got an ordinary standard of living. You're not impoverished, or you're not also not living in a mansion somewhere. You're just a normal knight. Now your appeal. What is your appeal value?
7.
Still a 7? Okay. See,
Yep.
you get no glory for your fair appeal. You can say 0 there. And ideals, you don't get anything for that. Okay. So before you enter the game, there's a couple of things we're going to do to your character. One of them is you have a vigil that you spend time in the church. Spend 24 hours praying and staying awake and contemplating everything you've done in your life and what you want to do for the future and all that good stuff, right? So you're on your knees. There's a bunch of other squires in there with you. Um, Everybody's in quiet contemplation. Now, my question for you is, are you taking this seriously? Like you're really jazzed about becoming a knight and you really want to make sure you do everything right according to the priests and stuff like that? Or are you just going through the motions? I'm becoming a knight because my dad was a knight and, I really don't care.
I'm looking at my stats and trying to decide which way that goes.
You can do that, or you can make a decision based on your character's mentality and not numbers.
We are excited about becoming a knight.
Yeah, if you were going to look at numbers, I would look at your personality traits and not like stats or whatever. But okay, so yeah, you're excited about becoming a knight. Okay, so I need you to check religious or spiritual. That's what I meant. Yeah, perfect. And now let's see if you can make an energetic roll to be able to stay up all night.
Success.
Yeah, and you can put a check by energetic. Yeah, you're up all night. Okay, so Dame Aspara comes to you, and she is a elderly. I would almost call her venerable, but no, she's just an elderly knight. She's one of the three uh, champions of Robert and his household, and she used to have like when you were younger, she would conduct your training, but that's been passed on to other knights. She's moved on and become more of a confidant to Sir Robert and not, she doesn't do that anymore. But she comes in, lets all the squires know it's time to make the leap. And everybody knows what that is because you've seen other knights, other squires perform the leap. You know exactly what's required of you. You run outside, there's a horse waiting for you, and you leap into the saddle with one big push. And that's a dexterity check. You just roll dex. No pluses, no minuses. Okay, so you make it. Making the leap is 25 glory. So once you get that added in,
Good.
now you are being knighted by Robert. So Robert gives you 30 glory just because you're knighted by him. And becoming a knight gives you 1,000 glory. So you can just say 1,050 because you get another 20 for becoming a household knight. So just add 150.
Okay.
And then you're given all of your knightly gear and equipment and your horses and a squire, etc., which I'm not going to name your squire. You're going to have to assign a name to your squire. But you're given and his age is 14, by the way. You're given an heirloom, a hand-me-down from your family, and that's a D20 roll. So give me a D20, and I'll let you know what it is. A 2. Whenever I ask for a roll like that, be sure to announce the number because 9 out of 10 times I'm not looking at chat. I'm looking at the journal.
All the other stuff you have to track.
Exactly, right? But it's okay. We got a 2, right? Okay. You are given a horn taken from the Saxons, probably during the Saxon raid. It's clasped with golden bands. I'm copying and pasting. And whoa. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. A horn taken from a Saxon by her father, clasped with golden horns. It has a value of 5 librams, and it gives you a +5 to hate Saxons for the duration of a combat after blowing your horn. So, if you're planning on using your passion hate Saxons, it would be good to blow the horn, right? Because then it would give you a +5.
+5, yeah.
I only allow 1 passion to be used per day. So if you invoke, like let's say there's a bunch of Saxons attacking a damsel in distress, and you rush in there to rescue her, and you decide that because there's a bunch of them, you probably want to invoke a passion hate Saxons so that you can get a plus for the remainder of the combat. And you do, and you invoke your passion Saxons, and then you're able to defeat all the Saxons, you rescue the damsel in distress, you throw her on the back of your horse, and you ride her to her family. And halfway there, you're beset by another group of Saxons. Well, too late. You've already used up your passion for the day.
You cut out there. I'm tracking, so it's once per, and then you cut out.
Once per day.
Once per day. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. You can only invoke a passion once per day. Not like each passion, a total of 1 passion per day.
Sounds good.
I don't know what's going on with my Okay. So you got your luck benefit. You got everything you need from the Pendragon game. Now, there is under party, there should be a handout. It's probably under items. It's called nightly gear. And right there, it is what you're given to perform your duties. One of them is a choice you need to make, and it says an additional weapon of choice.
All right.
Do you have one in mind, or do I need to give you a list?
I'll probably take a crossbow. We'll go with crossbow.
Okay. Show you the light crossbow. It does say all periods. Um, you have to be on foot to reload it. And you can see the damage it does. Might want to put that information in your equipment when you fill it out. Okay. Got your equipment, you got your additional weapon. Um, we're not going to worry about your horses and all that stuff just yet, even though you do have them. We're now going to progress. This is something that I do for all my characters is we progress to a random background generator. I'm going to ask for 1,000,000 die rolls. Okay, if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the table, this is an actual Central Castings Heroes of Legend character sheet kind of thing. It's a background tracker or whatever. You don't really have to worry about all that because I gave you a background sheet. And if you widen it, everything will fall into place. You'll have to edit it. It's not like a form that you can fill out like character sheet. All right. And I don't know if you can see my camera, but that's the book we use. There's 900 tables in this book. Hopefully we don't use them all. But basically, and another thing, I don't want you to think that I am shoehorning you into a background that you don't want. What this does, it's very vague. So as you generate your background, you get a lot of different options and what's the word I'm looking for? It gives you ideas of what direction that your character can take, but it allows for you to elaborate and fill in the blanks and stuff like that. And that's something you'll have to do on your own between games. All right, so you're not a lizard man. Okay, now under your sheet, you'll notice that there is a section called mods.
Yeah. Culture mod, social.
Yeah, exactly. Culture mod, social mod, title mod, legitimacy mod, and birth mod. Okay, those are the. A lot of times when I ask you to do a die roll, I'm going to say D20 plus your social mod. And then you just roll a D20 and add your social mod, and we get the number. Okay, but because you're from a civilized society, your culture mod starts at 4. Okay, so it just automatically starts as a +4. So far, so good. Okay, now because you're part of nobility and your family was part of nobility, um, you have a social mod of +5. Now, the book allows us to like roll dice to see if you're destitute or uh, poor or stuff like that. But that's not the nature of Pendragon. Pendragon is you're considered to be a knight, and so we're just going to go straight with nobility. All right, so now we're moving on. Here's where it starts to become important. Roll a d20 and add your culture mod. And I can just go straight to the die rolls. There we go.
I rolled a 20
There you go.
with modified 20.
Yeah, modified 20. Um, if your result is 19 or better, you are considered illegitimate. So, where it says, I don't know where you would put it. Birth order, legitimate mods, somewhere in there. Your legitimacy mod is a number. It is a D4.
You want me to roll 1d4?
Yeah, 1D4.
We got a 4.
Okay, so your legitimacy mod is 4, and you subtract 4 from your social mod. So I think your social mod would be like a 2 now. Is that no, a 1? I don't know.
It's a +1.
Yeah, okay. Okay, sounds good. Now, why are you illegitimate? Okay, well, that's a D20. Not plus culture mod. D20 plus culture.
18.
18. Your mother was unmarried. Okay, so your father is that noble from that noble house. He apparently had a relations with some other woman and took you in and raised you as his own, right? I mean, you're not necessarily a bastard. I wouldn't call you that. I would just say you weren't born. Your mother is not married to your father. So far, so good. You got that all like keeping track of all that. Good role playing.
Yes, sorry.
Good role playing. Okay. Good. Maybe. Could be bad role playing. Okay. Family. Okay. So now we're gonna see like who was in the keep, who actually raised you. It's a D20 plus culture mod.
5.
Okay. Your mother and father raised you, no extended family. So like no grandparents, no aunts and uncles or anything like that. Okay,
Yeah, got that down.
great. Um, now a D20, no mod.
18 again.
Roll 2d4.
We came up with a 6,
You
3, and a
have
3.
you have 6 brothers and sisters.
Oh boy.
If you want to know if they're male or female, you just roll a die for each of them, any die. And if it's an even number, they're a male. And if it's an odd number, they're a female. Okay, so you could just roll 66 and you can go for odds and evens or however you want to do it. This is just to figure out how many brothers you have, how many sisters you have. Looks like it's split down the middle.
Perfect split.
Yeah, so you got 3 brothers and 3 sisters. Now the important roll. Roll a d20. Not an important roll. It's just another one of a million rolls.
19.
Okay. You are the last born. So you're the youngest. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Roll a d12 to find your birth month.
Eight.
Yep. So what is that, August? So you were born in August. The actual specific day is not important. We can move on. Place of birth. It's a d20 plus your legit mod.
$15.
You were born in the middle of a field. So where it says place of birth, you can say middle of a field, which gives you a 1 birth mod.
That tracks with the unmarried.
Don't feel too bad. I was born in a sewer.
Oh, no way.
Well, all right then.
Okay, so we go with a legendary characters. Hopefully that's you. Often begin your lives under unusual, often mysterious circumstances. Roll a percentile die and add your birth modifier.
So D100 plus 8.
Your birth mod should be plus
Oh, birth
1.
mod. Okay.
Yeah, your birth mod is 1, I think.
That is correct. 65.
You get 1 unusual occurrence. Okay. Most people don't get any. Sometimes you will, and sometimes you won't know what this is. So we'll see. Roll a straight 100, D100.
77.
Okay, and this would go under unusual birth occurrences. And you said 77. Okay. Now I've got to go to table 869. It says it seems that people with horrible curses are often the ones which hear about most often. Still, There are those who receive wondrous gifts. Yeah, we're rolling under blessing. Um, okay, it's a D20.
We got a 5.
Okay, this blessing says you easily establish a rapport of trust, friendship, or even love with members of the opposite sex. Okay.
All right. And we'll put that as a blessing.
Yeah.
I use
Like
my ugly looks to get their guard down.
like many gifts, there may be a price tag associated with this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's for me to know and you to find out. Okay. So unusual birth is over because you only got one. Now we're going to do something called you need your character sheet. Okay. So on your character sheet where it says events, go ahead and we're going to tag a number of events and I will kind of walk you through that. Go ahead and pull your character sheet up. I need to pull it up as well. Yep, you go to holdings right there. Okay, so you're going to add a number of events. The first thing we're going to do is childhood. So roll a D3, and that's how many lines you need to open.
1 line.
One. Okay, so you open a line. Roll a D12, and that's the year, or that's your age that it happened. And what I would like if you roll a 9, go ahead and
9.
go ahead and put 9 under date. Don't put don't do math. Just put a 9. So it happens when you were 9 years old. This event. Roll a D20 and add your social modifier. D20. Okay, there you go.
We got an 8.
You only have a 1 social. That's probably because of your illegitimate birth or whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you got an 8. Okay. So your family develops an attitude. Roll a d6.
2.
You were unloved. So basically, they become very distant and they don't really love you. They're raising you, as you're just another kid in the house. It's you are the last born and you're illegitimate. And, you get the idea.
Yeah, it tracks with all the other events so far.
All right, now we're going to adolescence. Roll a d3 and add that many lines.
Another 1.
Okay, so you get 1 line added. Roll a d6 and add 12.
13.
That's the age that it happens, 13. And we roll a d20 plus social modifier.
10.
Okay. So D20.
Roll another d20.
Yeah, D20.
16.
Okay. Go to table 751. Give me a D20 roll.
12.
Okay. So when you were 13, you had an encounter with a non-human, an elf-like being. Maybe we'll call them a fairy, or maybe even a half elf. Um, they have mixed blood, fairy and elf and human. So you can just call them a half elf if you wish. Um, give me a d6 roll.
2.
Okay. He it's a he, and you developed a friendship because mainly because of your blessing. It was made it easy. Um, and if you want to elaborate on that, when you're thinking between sessions or whatever, you had an encounter with this half elf. It it was a positive encounter. It wasn't necessary. It's not a like hostile or anything like that.
Okay.
Um, let me go to 530. Roll a d10 to give you a little bit more information on this.
3.
He gave you a tree.
Excellent.
Okay. So, not like he walked you into the forest and pointed a tree and said, "This tree's you." No, this was like a uprooted tree that you needed to plant or grow on your own. But as a gift, he gives you a tree, and uh, I'm going to give you a choice. It can be strength or constitution.
We're going to do a con check, I guess.
Get it a constitution? Okay. He gives you a +1 constitution. So you can just change that to a 15. This is permanent, right?
Okay.
Unless the tree dies.
Okay.
You are, your soul is bound to this tree. Now, my question is, how often do you go back to your home castle to water your tree? or is it planted in a place where it gets
It takes care of itself where you
takes
don't
care
have
of it,
to.
right? Where it takes care of it. So like in the garden somewhere, or yeah, because your keep has a lot of different like areas that you could have planted it.
I think we would have stuck it in a good place for the tree, but in an out, not like the garden, but like an out of the way place. And since we're unloved, we probably hang out by the tree. Like a little hideaway spot.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, that tree and you are growing up nicely. Okay, that is the end. You're officially created.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. So here we go with let me close all these extra pages that I've got open. Okay, you're going to be sitting on your hands for a short amount of time while I get the other players up to speed on what's going on in the campaign, and you'll pretty much know when it's time for you to step in. It'll be pretty obvious. Let me go ahead and, but before that happens, I want to. It sounds like you're very, very familiar with Salisbury. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, we spent a decent amount of time there in the last campaign as mercenary knights.
Okay. Well, this is. Why is there a. Oh, I think I know what those are. Those are pins that we don't need. Okay, okay. So this is the town that you hang out in. It's Sarum, or Castle on the Rock. Um, and it's basically a walled town uh, near the river, and this is the capital, if you will, or the seat of power for Robert. He has just recently come to power. Your knight, um, your knight was in service of Robert. Recently, within the last 3 or 4 years, something like that, while you were a squire, Robert and his knights traveled north to join Arthur's campaign against a rival king up north, King Lot. And King Lot was defeated, and uh, there a lot of things transpire, a lot of different battles and stuff like that. And your knight um, was slain during one of these engagements, and Robert saw fit that you would be elevated to knighthood. Um, and something else you might want to know is Robert uh, is right on the border with the Saxons of Wessex, and these Saxons spend a, a majority of their time in Salisbury, looting and pillaging and doing all kinds of foul and bad things. And Robert and his knights are doing everything in their power to protect the population and stuff like that. And over the course of the last um, 4 years, specifically after the battles with King Lot and having to fight these Saxons to the south, Robert is really hurting manpower wise. His knights and his squires are dwindling to the point where it's becoming alarming. Um, and that's just some information that you know. You've been basically elevated to knighthood in in Robert's territory, and but you know that you're not enough. You know, you're just one man. You could say that he's probably got less than 100 knights total in his little county, and so he's on the ropes. Let's just say that. Okay, so that's where we're going to leave you, and you can basically just sit back and listen to what's going on with the rest of the crowd. Um, all right, Mason and Valen, are you both present?
Absolutely, I am.
Yep.
Okay, good deal. Okay, so you guys basically making a long story short, you basically just returned last year with the whetstone and Gawain um defeated the Grey Knight, um, and then you had all your interactions with the court and the people and stuff like that, and basically you just went back to doing your duties, um, raising your children, uh, staying on patrol, guarding the king, manning the walls, basically just doing nightly things. Then the winter came along and you guys went through the winter phase. We went ahead and did all that. And now it's a new year. It's 5/16. Every the snows are starting to thaw and it's starting to become spring. Everybody's excited because there's no real wars going on in the north. King Lot's been taken care of. There's no undead giant trying to kill the king. Everybody's basically in good spirits and good cheer and all that. Um, and then one day,
They're
Arthur.
not.
Then one day you're not. No, Arthur calls for a couple of knights, and you two uh, respond. Bedivere and Gwyneth, as because you were the specifically fingered to join.
That's a pretty good reason to answer.
Exactly, and so he brings you forward, and he you're called off your guard duty or whatever. The captain of the guard came to you and said, "Hey, King Arthur wants to speak with you, and I got you covered or whatever." And then you went off, and uh, when you go into the court, Arthur, in the court are your children and your wife.
Uh-huh.
Right. The kids are being very, very dutiful. You know, they're just standing there by your wife, and she's standing near the king. And when you walk in, what do you guys want to do? Anything specific? No. Okay. So he waves you forward, like you know. He doesn't get up. He's still sitting on his little. It's not a throne. It's kind of like a chair, kind of like a chair at the front of the courtroom. But he doesn't get up. There's no Merlin. There's no there's nobody else there basically. There's a couple of knights manning, guarding, but they're not, you know, if you were in the 20th century, you would call them NPCs because they're just staring. They're just standing there in the corner. You don't even know their names. Come forward, come forward. Is everyone muted?
Is this both of us or just?
Yeah, you're both there.
yeah.
You said,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're both there.
Yeah, because you said it's family, and I don't really have one, but
Exactly.
step forward. So I'll step forward.
Yeah. Sorry, I was muted when I thought I wasn't.
Okay, so you step forward and he says, "I have we've received some concerning information, and we've also received word from one of my counts. And you used to, and he's looking at you, Gwyneth. He goes, you used to be um, one of Count Robert's men, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, and your wife here was telling me that she received word from her family that her father's in bad health.
Oh.
The Lord of Boyton.
Oh. Then, might I have leave to escort her there to see him?
Okay, well that's why I called you forward. Um, Robert is having trouble maintaining his dominance against the incursions from the south, and Lady Gale here is having a desire. She's made a request to be able to go south to Salisbury to visit with her family. And knowing that you are familiar with that territory, um, and that Bedivere there, and you seem to get along pretty well, bringing, as you performed admirably uh, last year, and uh, and I do owe you a favor. So what I feel I should do, or what? Okay, let me try to say this more eloquently? And then he kind of jests, and it kind of you can tell that he's not being serious when he says this, but he stands up and says, I command you to go to Robert and bolster his defense, taking your wife with you so that she can be closer to her family. You
As
two,
always,
you
you
two
ask
better.
much, my lord, but I shall do it.
It pains me to see you leave. He's joking because he's glad to see
I see.
you leave. But yes, so take your time, spend the rest of the day um, packing up all your belongings, and I will have one of my other knights move into your residence. Because you are going to be gone for an extended period of time. Until we can get this menace from the south taken care of. I'm not sure exactly what to do. Hey, does anybody know where Merlin is? No, my lord.
No.
No.
Well, if you see him, let him know that I desire his counsel.
Of course.
As you wish.
And I can't think of any other anything else. Take everything you need. Take all your belongings. Be sure to take your gold. Don't leave anything behind in your residence, because I am being serious when I say that I'm going to have someone else move into your house. Um, you're going to be gone for at least a year, so I'm not going to leave the house unoccupied for a year. But you're always welcome. So when you come back, we'll do a shuffle. All right. Well, you're free to go. Who's next? And then his herald says, oh, you've got this goat farmer who wants to come in and complain about how someone's eating his goats. All right, bring him in. You guys are still here? You're free to go.
Depart from the room and
Guess
proceed
I'll
to
go
prepare.
start packing my things.
Okay. So your wife comes along with you with your kids. And yeah. How are we going to get all of our stuff moved?
The house steward?
You don't have much to worry about. Your squire and your couple of horses and stuff, you got no problem. But Gwyneth has got a problem. He's got
A lot.
a lot
I've
to
got
deal
two
with.
kids.
2 kids. I know you don't deal with this very much, but basically, we're probably going to need a wagon.
Well, Gwyneth, you secure your family's belongings. I'll return with a wagon from town, and we'll get you loaded up. I'm sure my squire and yours can handle securing the horses and getting our little baggage train ready to go.
They'd better be. Oh, actually, no. I have a brand new squire, don't I?
You
He
do.
might he might need a little training.
Well, I'm sure mine will be able to help as long as they know what to do to to secure the horses and prepare them for travel.
Okay, a wagon is 25 silver.
Well, the question is, how large is your estate, and how comfortable do you need the family to be on the travel?
You could probably, oh, yeah, a wagon's more than enough space. Um, you might want uh, someone to drive the cart. Your squire could do that.
That's what I'm
We
feeding him
want
for, isn't it?
What?
That's what I'm feeding him for, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, a
and the
wagon.
horses are trained enough to follow suit behind the others, so that won't be much of a problem.
Yeah, you can just tie him to the back of the wagon or whatever. Okay, so basically, to make a long story short, because we're going to time jump a little bit here, you get the wagon, you get everything loaded. Your squires are excited about seeing a new town, traveling somewhere else, and uh, excited about the trip. And basically, you get everybody um, on your road. And you travel not far. Let's see here. Okay, that wouldn't be on that map. So let's go to a Britain map. Yeah, there, that'll work. Let's get you all on there.
Oh, that's a cool map.
So from Carleon, which is where you're at, you're going to have to travel, up to Glevum, then probably something like that. Okay, because there's Sarum, that's where you're going to, and you're leaving from Carleon. So, how far is that? It's only a few feet. Okay. That doesn't make sense. I do believe that 3 feet or 4 feet is a day's travel. Whoa. Was I drawing on the map? I was. Yeah, so you can imagine it's going to take you about 3 days just to get to Glevum, then another day. I'm going to count uh, a day to Corinium, then a day to Wandboro, Gentai, and then a couple of days to Sarum. So approximately a week. 8 days, which is not that big of a deal because after every couple of days, um, you're either staying in a tent out in the wilderness, or you're staying at one of the keeps, the inns, at one of the keeps, or what have you. And it's basically just uh, an uneventful trip. Okay, you guys, you're now when you get to Sarum, or I should say Salisbury. Yeah, when you get into the Salisbury area, just so you know, your wife's home, which is, I want to say B something, Boyton. Yeah, Boyton is located very close to Vagon here. It's very close to there. It's south of there. South of there. So if you wanted, you could travel there and then south. It's going to be located somewhere around there, if that makes sense. Okay. You. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, no die rolls needed. You're not pushing your horses. You're not, you're staying at inns. You're staying in the wilderness. There's no bandits. You don't get set upon by wolves or anything like that because you're staying pretty much on the main roads. And yeah. All right. So when you get to Sarum, uh, there is you haven't been there in a few years, but you remember what it is and what it looks like. Um, this is the main town of Sarum. You come in through the Fool's Gate, uh, which is down the bottom right. And when you get to the gate, there it's wide open. The gate is not closed. It's not well, it is guarded. There are people on the wall, and there's people on the ground, but you can see people are coming and going. Uh, Civilians or what have you, or we'll call them not peasants, but people are coming and going. They've got their little wagon full of uh, apples or whatever. They're trying to sell the lettuce or the cabbage or whatever. And because there's the Eagles Market, which is right inside the wall, and so that's kind of a common place to go, and you remember it. And when you get to uh, I assume you're going straight to the keep to meet Robert.
That would be the best to figure out where our lodgings will be.
Right. All right. So you make it to the east gate, and now this area, if you look around the keep area where it says Castle on the Rock, there is this donut. The donut is a ditch. You could think of it like a moat, but it's not. There's no water in it or anything. It's just a ditch that someone would have to climb down and then climb back up. But the road, either to the east gate or the Great Tower or whatever, the postern gate, that is like a drawbridge, but it's not one that can be lifted. It's a bridge. It's not a drawbridge. Okay, so you cross over it, and they see who you are. They recognize you, and pleasantries are greeted. Like welcome, welcome. We've been expecting you, and then they let you into the keep. When you get into the keep, there are some squires training. They're attacking each other with wooden swords, and then you see some pages running around carrying bundles of who knows what, just basically going about their business. And you see Robert just standing next to the keep, and when you guys pull in, you can see that he is a little bit overjoyed. For those of you that don't know, Robert is about 23 years old, something like that. He's a young count. He's very young. And when you dismount off of your horse and hand your horses off to the squires to get them, watered and stabled and all that, Robert strides quickly, like he's coming. He's not running, but he is doing that speed walk. Like he's walking pretty quickly, and he comes up to Sir Gwyneth, and he embraces you. What do you do? Gwyneth.
I embrace him back.
Okay, so he grabs you and says, "Welcome home.
It's good to be home.
I wish it could be under better." And then he lets go, and he looks over at you, Sir Bedivere, and he offers his hand in greeting, like a handshake.
I take it and give him a firm shake. Sir Bedivere, at your service.
Well met. Well met. You're both welcome. I wish it was under better circumstances. And he glances up at the lady and says, "I'm sorry to hear that your father's in bad health. We've done all we can for him. He is he refuses to leave his keep. If you want to see him, I can have one of my knights, or I can get Sir Gwyneth and Bedivere to escort you to his home tomorrow. But let's not worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and I have a feast scheduled for you both. I have this. I have word that you were that Arthur was sending you. I wish he could have sent more, but I understand he has his own problems, and we should be able to deal with our own problems. We're not. He can't be holding our hand all the time, but at least I'm glad that he sent you two. Just before we go to the feast, and it's not going to happen right away. It's going to happen later tonight. But I wanted you to know that the Saxons are still attacking us. We haven't really been able to find, let me rephrase that. We don't have the manpower to venture into Wessex to put them down permanently. we're basically we have our hands tied. We have to wait for them to attack us, and then we reply. We've basically been on our heels. We've been so not sure exactly how to deal with this. My father and you and everyone, probably since my grandfather's time, has been dealing with this for, um, but we'll figure something out. And it's not like an imminent threat. Like they don't have any war parties in Salisbury right now, but uh, they have been hitting us. And then when I took myself and my knights north to help Arthur against King Lot, that uh, opened up the southern door basically. Took the majority of our manpower north, and then they they took that as an opportunity to raid us. So so we've lost a lot of manpower that way as well. So we're down. We're down on manpower. We probably only have 100 knights or so in the county, uh, which is still a good number, but they're spread out across the county, so it's hard to. And then with her father dying, that's going or hope I didn't say something bad. With her father in bad health, that's just one more night that we've lost.
Hmm. What if we were to venture into Wessex?
Oh no 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 no! We can't afford to just throw your lives away.
We can venture forth and scout as best as we can. So,
I've got scouts. A knight's duty is not to scout. That's left.
Then what would you ask of us?
Just be here. What I plan to do um, is incorporate you into the army and with the rest of the troops. But um, I'm not asking. Okay, I, I I'm not asking you to be my advisor or counsel or um, give me any ideas. I'm asking you to be manpower.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to be here to show these people how it's done, and maybe bolster their morale and give them encouragement and because you've been through it. We were knighted together, and he points to um,
Yes.
Gwyneth.
Some of the first knights of the new king.
Right. Okay, so
He's
make your
doing well, by the way.
who what?
King Arthur.
Oh yeah. I expect nothing but the best. Um, okay. If you scroll down to the bottom of the table where it says the keep, you got what's called the barracks, and you got area where it's like the food and storage, and then above that, that's the ground floor. Then above that, which is actually the entry floor, because you don't enter the ground floor. The ground floor has got like no doors. You have to enter from the like think of it like the second floor. You go in, you got the hall, you got the pantry and the kitchen and the chapel and all that stuff. And then above that, you have uh, his family's bedrooms and stuff. None of those are yours. The barracks, you can stay in the barracks if you want, but what I would be comfortable, because I don't, my knights, as you remember, my knights sleep in either the stables, they sleep on the floor in the kitchen, or in the chapel, or in the pantry, in the hall, mostly in the hall. Basically, they sleep wherever they can throw a blanket down on the ground. Um, but because you have a family, I wouldn't want that to happen to you. So if you want, you can stay in the inn in town, in our little village here. You can stay at the inn and you can bill it to me, so you don't have to pay anything. You can just stay in the inn with your family.
Very well done.
Yeah. Uh, Unless you want to stay in the barracks, but I wouldn't recommend that with your family.
Of course.
Okay. Um, so you remember where the inn is located. It's a fairly sizable building. Let me give you an arrow. How come it wouldn't let me select that? What is going on? Okay. So this little T-shaped building right there, you can see that? That is the inn.
Okay.
That guy right there. That inn doesn't have any what's the word? It doesn't have any of my men staying there. An occasional knight or occasional merchants or whatever will come through the inn, and they'll stay there, but none of my men will stay there except for you two and your family. And you can find all kinds of stuff to do in the merchants' quarter. Okay. So I will expect you at dinner for the feast, and then we will be. Then I'll tell you more about what my plans are.
Very well.
All right. Um, all right. So your squires and everything are taking care of the horses, stabling them up, putting the wagon away. Now, if you bought that wagon, whoever spent the 25 silver for the wagon, that is a wagon that goes under your possession. Like you actually own that wagon. It's not a rental. So, who bought it? Did Bedivere, did you buy it or did?
Yes, I would have bought it, and
Okay.
to assist while
Yeah.
Gwyneth is resolving his family issues.
Yeah. So go ahead and mark off the 25 silver. For those of you that are curious, one librum is 240 silver.
Yeah.
So it's not much at all. Most nights, this would include you, Sir Bryce. You make approximately 4 librum a year. So you can take that however you want. All right. So you get settled in, your kids, your wife, everybody, and eventually, when the night comes back around, you guys go to the keep where it's you put your best your Sunday best on, and you go into the keep to go to this feast. And you'll notice that there are a lot of people there that you might or might not remember um, or know of. Let's see if I've got it. How do I have it under? Okay, that must be where I've got it. All right. So this is a table that shows a. Okay, we can turn that off.
Under the moon where the cold winds wail,
Yeah.
3 knights rode out in their shining mail. Gwyneth the clever with her wits so keen, Sanson the strong with a sword unseen. Michael rode last, his heart aflame,
Do you remember this song?
seeking a truth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sir Gwyneth. Okay, we're going to turn that off. All right, so these are some of the movers and shakers in the court. Let me go ahead and get rid of some of the people that aren't no longer here. That looks right. Okay, so I don't have a token for Bryce. Not yet, anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm still trying to find something that matches my ugly looks.
Well, you don't have to. You can wear a helmet. Um, if you remember on the character
And
creation screen, there's a bunch of tokens that you could just pick from.
what did you end up bumping that up to?
I
7.
didn't. It's still down.
Oh, it's still 7.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be painful.
Oh, sure, you put a couple points in it.
So in the bottom left, there's a bunch of tokens here that you can choose from. Some of them have full helms covering their ugly mugs. And this can always be just a temporary. You can always swap it out later.
We'll take number 9.
The red lozenge. Okay. Why does that keep doing that? It's probably because of these gloves I'm wearing. Oh, and it started again. Okay. Get that turned off. Okay. Right. There we go. Nameplate. Okay, what are your total hit points?
For Bryce, 28.
28. Huh. Okay, let me try something now. All right, that works. All right, so we got you, Bryce. You are in attendance. Now, this is mainly for the newer players, but up at the top, you will see 3 knights in larger tokens. We got Dame Aspara. She's now the marshal for Robert. She's the one that handles the military army placement, where things go. Um, you have Sir Leo. He's the champion. He's the one, like a personal bodyguard to Countess Ellen. And then Sir Bar, the Weeping Knight, he is he's in charge of the day-to-day activities inside the castle. Uh, they're basically the main ones. Now we've got Sir Edern. He's the captain of the household knights. So he basically keeps all the knights in, gives them their duty assignments and stuff like that. Uh, now you'll see. Uh, yeah, okay. In the bottom left, you see this Sir Kenrick, and you'll also see Sir Pyres and his sister, which is Lady Estranor. Lady Estranor is eligible, and Sir Pyres is trying to find her a suitable husband, um, without any luck. There's Lady Jenna and Lady Merwin. They are a couple of they're basically a couple of local, not local as in this town, but local as in Salisbury, local ladies that visit the keep on a regular basis. They think of them like um, um, I'm not sure what the word would be, but basically they go out into the wilderness, from city to city, town to town, trying to do good deeds, right? Helping the injured, looking after the, the old, the sickly. They bring whatever like food or generosity they have. They're basically just good people, but they visit this keep a lot. And if you look in the upper right, you got Claudia and Guiona. They are ladies in waiting. If you can think of a lady in waiting as the equivalent of like a squire when it comes to a lady. And they're ladies in waiting for Lady Jenna. She's she's their knight, if you will. Esquire Galeras is a he's an older. When I say older, I mean he's probably 25, 26, something like that. He was never knighted. He was a squire that once he became the age of knighthood, he was not knighted due to financial reasons. And so he became an esquire. An esquire is not a squire, he's like an ex squire, if that makes sense. Um, Now, these knights in the bottom right are just part of the household. They have duties in and around the keep. Um, and there is this one knight, Haywin. He is very, very, very pagan, if that makes sense. He has doubts about his paganhood, if you want to call it that. His he has religious crisis, you know, but he's not a Christian. Um, so
Okay.
he's kind of in limbo or whatever you wish to call. The newest knights, other than yourself, is Sir Piers and Sir Kenrick. Sir Kenrick is a knight that believes he is God's gift to humanity, and so he and he acts like it, and he doesn't hesitate to make you know that he's better than you. He's very rich. He has a family that owns a lot of property and a lot of, a lot of things. So Sir Kenrick is connected when it comes to the mercantile side of the world. Uh, Now, Sir Piers and Lady Estranor are the opposite end of the spectrum. They come from a very poor family. Uh, yeah. Um, and then two other knights just showed up in your kingdom. Sir Bedivere and Sir Gwyneth. They showed up to bolster Robert's. You heard, right? You heard the role play, but basically,
Yes.
this is what you know. You know that they were sent here by Arthur, and what you kind of think is not to help Robert, but to kind of oversee him. This is kind of the rumor that's going around town. It's like we don't need these two guys. You know, why are they here? Why would Arthur send them? We can handle our own business. You know, uh, we don't need these meddling knights coming in and trying to do our job.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jeez.
Now, Sir Idwal, which is right above that, he is uh, married. Uh, or maybe he's hitting on uh, Lady Arian. These two are courting. We'll say they're courting each other. Now you see Lord Robert up here, and then Countess Ellen, that's his mother. She looks young for her age. Uh, a little backstory, which you might or might not appreciate, but uh, before Arthur, there was a period where there was no king in England. It was open. There were a lot of different kings, and every one of them was independent and uh, striving to become the next king, or they're combating or fighting each other to take over territory, and it was what they called the anarchy period because there was nobody ruling. Uh, so about 15 years ago, there was a king, and is not 15. I guess by this time it'd be like 20 years ago. There was a king of all of England, and it was Uther Pendragon. Now, Uther Pendragon was basically the one true king of England, and not everybody agreed with it, but 90% of the noble houses agreed with it. He at one feast, he and a lot of his supporters were poisoned, and they all died. And one of those supporters was Robert's father. And so 20 years ago or so, when Robert was only like 5 years old, his father and Uther were killed with poison. And between then and now, Robert was not a knight, right? And he was not going to be given his county until he became a knight. And so, in the meantime, his mother, Countess Ellen, she was basically the person in charge of this county. About 5-10 years ago, something like that, Countess Ellen created. This was back in the anarchy period, right? So Arthur was not around at the time. There was no king. She outlawed slavery in her county. She said that everyone needs to be rewarded for whatever labor that they perform. So if you are uh, a farmer or something like this, if you want and you sell your food, you get paid, and it's not. It wasn't like, yes, there are taxes, but it's not like the commoners or whatever were not being um, mandated or whatever to perform for the lords. This struck the lords positively and negatively. A lot of them think, "Oh, she's a good person. She's kind to the people," and that really improved her standing amongst the commoners. But some of the nobles, like maybe Kenrick's father, would have been, "This is a bad thing. This is, our labor just became expensive. Now we got to pay them, and stuff like this." And so there was a lot of civil strife, if you wish, in and amongst the this county. Now this did not um, this did not she didn't have the power to do this for all of England. She only had the authority to do this in Salisbury. So what they found was, or what happened was, there was a lot of migration to Salisbury. You saw runaway slaves show up in Salisbury. And so the population of Salisbury grew, but that wasn't the nobility, right? That was just uh, the workforce, things like that. So she's considered to be a very uh, in touch, a grounded ruler. And then Robert uh, became knighted, and when he was knighted, he took over as the earl of this county, and he also is very not childish. That's not really the word. I'm immature. He's a little young for his spurs. You know, he he was raised with a silver spoon in his mouth. You know what I mean? But he's still a good person. He would even uh he's been known to cross the border under disguise to perform his own raid on like the Saxons and stuff, but not publicly. This is like very like a private. Him and his trusted friends might cross the border and try to steal back some of their chickens or whatever. So he's kind of a reckless leader, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So you guys are in a feast hall. Everyone on the screen here is at the feast. They are There's entertainment like bards, or not bards, more like minstrels. There's minstrels playing music in the background, singing songs. There are some of the knights are uh, performing like dice games, or just bragging about all the Saxons they're going to take out the next time they see a Saxon or whatever. And the ladies are all kind of like jumping around from all of the conversations, just to be friendly and to meet everyone and stuff like that. Um, so what I would do is we're not going to play out an official feast, not according to the feast rules. We're going to do something a little bit shorter. This is a um, think of it as a think of it as okay, because in the book there is a whole chapter on conducting feasts, and we're not going to go through that and do the entire uh, formal feast. This is going to be very informal, just a gathering of friends and food and stuff like that. And okay, there we go. But we are going to go through a round of the feast, just so you know. Um, okay, if you have an appearance of 5 to 9, which one of you does, you get an event. Let me get my feast cards out.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now I'm doing you first because you have the lowest appearance. Now, this would normally be modified by a lot of things like clothing and maybe and like you might have a feast, uh, like a set of knives and forks and spoons that give you a plus to feast, stuff like that, and that would apply to your appearance. It's basically a feast appearance, and this number that I'm looking at would be based on that. But I'm not dealing with all that. Okay, we're not. I'm trying to make this a quick event. We're not going to do a whole night of feasting, even though sometimes that is fun. Okay, so I'm gonna draw 3 cards, and you get to pick one to be your event. So it's weird that you get to choose what happens to you, but um, think of it like um, you see a hypothetically, let's say you see a bunch of knights gambling. You see a woman hoping to find somebody to dance, and you also see somebody with some intrigue trying to you don't know what they're talking about. You would at that point make a decision like which direction I'm going to go, and then that would be your event. So because you can't do all of them, you can only do because of time constraints or whatever. But these are so it is theoretically possible that you could choose. Um, okay, so the choices are none of these are good, just FYI. But that's what you would expect with a 7. But one of them is called overindulgence. Another one is called mead, and then another one is called manners.
We'll go for the indulgent.
Overindulgence.
Overindulgence.
Overindulgence. Okay. It says you've had too much to drink. Your stomach is uneasy and your head is spinning. Make a con check. Let's see if you can succeed on a con roll.
Success 14.
Okay. Okay, so no failure, no fumble. Okay. So, yeah, you just for that period of time, you basically just catch your breath, slow down a little bit. You realize you're getting a little dizzy, a little drunk. Um, Nothing happens. Um, so you don't explode. That's good. Or vomit over everybody or whatever. And this is while, yeah, go ahead and give me a d20 roll. I'm going to let you roll this. Go ahead and give me a d20. A 9? Okay. Okay, that is so small, I can't even read that. Okay, let me get a magnifying glass. Roast pheasant. Okay, so the first course that comes out is roast pheasant. Just FYI, it was just something everyone needed to know.
I could see why I overindulged.
Oh, roast pheasant is definitely a delectable dish.
Okay, I think it kicked me out of the game. Okay, we're going back in. Okay, so there's no glory bonus or penalty. There's no honor or anything like that that comes from that. Basically, you just survived one of the rounds. Okay, yeah. So, who wants to go next?
Glennis, why don't you go?
Okie doke.
That's what I like to hear.
Still dealing with a birthday girl and trying to finish up the last touches of her dessert.
Oh, what is she having?
I decided to make it's a pseudo lemon pound cake for her since it's one of her favorites. So she got
Nice.
chili mac. She got spicy chili mac for dinner since she really likes that. Since we didn't feel like making fresh pasta, and now this. So I was gonna do sweet rolls for her, but it's too time consuming to do sweet rolls. Yes, I cook old fashioned stuff. I know. I don't know why, but heck, if I had the ingredients, I'd make her an apple bar cake. But yeah.
Okay, so while
Pleasure.
the roast pheasant is being served, what is your appearance there, Gwyneth?
That would be a 15.
Okay, so due to your appearance and your familiarity with the people, you get a choice from 5 cards. Okay, those are the same, so I'm going to skip that one. Must not have shuffled it very well. Okay, so you can choose one of these. Generous Knight, and it is spelled with a K. Gentle Woman, Great Deeds, Host calls for a dance, Help needed. So during the first course, which one? Oh, by the way, um, before we go too far, Victor, your character gets 10 glory for surviving the first course. Okay, Gwyneth, which one are you choosing?
Uh,
Oh, that looks good. I can make a token out of that.
jeez. And that's
The last bit, I didn't catch that.
I see a picture in
Nice.
Discord. I can make a token out of that.
Ah,
Okay, Gwyneth, which one did you choose?
okay. That's really tough. I
Yeah.
think
They're all good. It says generous Knigget, gentle woman, great deeds, host calls for a dance, and help needed.
supposed
I
to
don't.
be showing these whippersnappers how to be knights, so I guess help needed.
Okay, you are going for the worst one. Nice.
No.
Okay, no test. That's always good. A knight asks for your assistance. Um, hold on. Um, Sir Idwal. Sir Idwal asks for your assistance. He has to leave. So can you entertain Lady Arian?
Ah, um, I can try.
He's doing the pee-pee dance. Oh, that's all I can ask. And then he runs off. Okay, roll a d6.
Okay. A 3.
Okay. I like how it says, keep this card. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. At the start of each round, you can keep this card or you can discard it. You can discard this card without penalty if you draw a host card. Okay. This affects your relative appearance in the feast. As long as you hold the card, you get a plus, and when you discard it, you get a minus. It's like you walked away
Okay.
from her or whatever. You're like, I can't deal with this. Okay. So what is so basically you're entertaining Lady Arian, and she's like, "Oh, he wants to marry me. I'm not sure. I see that you're married. Can you tell me about your wife and how and your kids? I've noticed that you came in with some kids, and they must be a child." And basically, she goes on and on and on, and you're just sitting there
Yeah,
listening.
I was thinking Gwyneth was a very doting father. I think the second she brings up, tell me about your kids, it's nonstop.
Okay, well, she's happy. She gives you +2 to your appearance for unless you walk away
For
from
the
it.
feast.
Yeah, for the feast. Okay, so Bedivere, well, how many? What's your appearance?
My parents.
Okay, I got a robot. How many? Say it again, because all I got was a robot.
Oh, sorry. An 11.
11. Okay, all right, that works.
All right. Well, that cools. I'm going to go back to the computer. Set the timer for 5 minutes so that it can cool.
All right, so you get 4 cards, and I'm going to let you choose which one you want to deal with.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
What is that? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, I'm gonna have. I'll get there. Okay, one of them is called "Keep Dancing," because if you remember, the host Robert called for a dance earlier, and so part of that is keep dancing. Another one is more drink. Another one is King of the Bean, and then another one is called I can't pronounce that. Let me try to what is it when you're trying to pronounce every letter?
And
Phonetically.
Phonetically.
Sound it
Yeah.
out phonetically.
Sound it
Yeah.
out phonetically.
Gwid will. Gwid the will. That's what it's called. Okay, so Gwyd
Throw it up
will.
in throw it up in chat. Throw it up in chat. Let me see the spelling. I might. What's the spelling on that? W-I.
No, it's GWYDDBWYLL.
GWYDDBWLL.
That was close, but that's not right. GWYDDBWYLL. Don't
Okay.
Google it. Okay.
No, it's Gaelic. I think I don't remember.
You're,
Hynix.
you're probably right. It's basically a game. It's the name of a game. I'll give you that clue. And then it's keep dancing, more drink, or king of the bean. And I'm sorry, Gwyneth, you gained 10 glory.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 is the default if nothing weird happens.
It's pronounced Gwizbwish.
Okay. I don't need to know that. But king of the bean, more drink, keep dancing, or Gwydwish. How is that Gwydwish? Whatever.
It's Welsh.
Gaelic and Welsh are really weird when it comes to the way that things are pronounced. So,
I believe it.
So King of the Bean, keep dancing, call for more drink, or the game.
Yep.
Well, King of the Bean is finding a loaf or a bean on a loaf, I think. And what is my dancing like? Because I think it is absolutely okay. You know what? I'll just keep dancing. Enjoy the feast while we can.
Okay, keep dancing. It's an unopposed dancing roll. So you make a dancing check.
Yep. I'll probably fumble this, but hey. Nope. Awesome.
You succeed. So that's 10 glory straight up.
All right.
You are moved or invited to dance the night away. Okay. Success. Okay. Wait a second. What is going on here? Okay, there are some code words on this card that I don't know what they mean. So I will have to go to the rule book. Give me a second. And I think it's here. Okay, so it might not be there. Okay, give me a second. go. Okay, the cards. Here we go. Reading a card. Okay, the character must roll unopposed against the relevant skill or trait. Okay. Make a flirting roll. Okay, that's not just dancing,
A
but now.
flirting roll, you say? Okay, so let's do this. It's going to be very close to succeeding.
Okay. So the person that you were dancing with is not interested in you like that, if that makes sense. Like they're not trying to become your next wife or whatever.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Um all right, so I'll just slide that in off. And we're going into the second course. The second course is, I'll go ahead and roll it. Oh, interesting. Artichokes stuffed with blueberry rice. Okay. Interesting. All right. So,
It takes all types.
okay, this is going to be the last course because we are only doing a 2-course meal for your welcome to Salisbury feast. Thank you for coming. We're going to go in reverse order this time. We're going to start with Bedivere. He gets a bonus to his appearance because of the dancing. So, what was your appearance again?
11.
11. Okay. So, it's not a big enough bonus to make any changes to anything. So, you're going to get 4 options during the artichokes. You get to choose one of these. One of them is more drink. Okay, so that's good. And then a love poem, passing praise, and a roaring fire.
Let me see.
That's interesting. Okay, that one is just pretty cool. I'm just reading ahead of time. That's also interesting. All right.
Give me a second here to decide.
Wow, this one affects not only you but all the players. Interesting.
Which one would that be?
I'm not going to tell.
Fire or
I'm
the
not.
love poem?
I'm not going to tell you.
All right. Well,
Don't forget, you did get 10 glory from the last round. And if you survive this
second.
one, you'll get another 10 glory.
All right, roaring fire it is.
Okay, roaring fire. Okay. So, while resting near the hearth, a hot ember pops from the fire and lands on your clothes. Make a dex roll.
Oh
That's-
no.
Of course. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all. 19
Yeah.
of 11.
Right. It's failure. The ember burns a large hole in your clothes. Luckily, this is the last round. Otherwise, you would have to either miss a round changing your clothes or take a minus in the next round. But luckily, it's the end. You're going to be able to go home and change your clothes and all that. So, 10 glory for surviving. You got a burn in your clothing. Just so you know, the clothing you're wearing is worth 1 librum.
Well, that'll need to get stitched.
That'll need to either get replaced or stitched up or whatever.
Do not attack the screen, kid. No, do not attack that knight on screen.
Okay, we're going to go with Gwyneth next.
Yes.
Now, are you discarding or keeping the help needed?
I'm keeping it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So,
Oh, wait. So, hold on. When
Yep.
you say keep it,
yep,
does that mean that's my event again?
correct.
Oh. And so if I pick a new event, I take the appearance hit
Correct.
for this round.
For this round.
Because that's all that's left. Yeah, I'll do something new.
All right. So, you walk off
If
like
he's not back from peeing, that's not my fault.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, with a -2, what's your appearance?
With a -2, it becomes a 13.
Okay. So you're only getting this many. All right. So the choices are A Feaster's Favor, New Friends, Those Bandits, Time to Share.
Oh. Feaster's Favorite, New Friends, Those Bandits, Time to Share.
And Bedivere, make sure you got your second 10 glory.
Yes, I added that to my total glory already.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Good deal. I keep forgetting.
Time to Share.
You're going with Time to Share?
Yes. Time to Share.
Okay. No roll needed. Suddenly,
Again.
your affairs seem inconsequential, and you want your friends to enjoy themselves. Okay. Unfortunate. Oh, wait.
Give me a small piece of parchment paper.
Okay. Well,
Still a little doughy in the center. Oh well.
it's the last round, so it won't really apply. But on future rounds,
Yeah, that's fine.
mute yourself. Um, if if uh, if you were able to keep this card, it says in future rounds you can uh, give another player one of your cards because you want them to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, but because it's the end, it doesn't apply. Okay, finally, we're down to the last bit. The feast is coming to a close. We're going with Bryce, and okay, there's two of those, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I think I stacked it. Okay, we have Tipsy,
Get me
a mute button. Get
oh,
you.
sorry.
Okay, Tipsy, a test of strength, more food.
We'll go with the test of strength.
Okay. For some reason, he thinks he's strong.
My apologies for that, guys.
No worries. Don't worry about it. Strength test.
Success.
There it is. Okay, it says opposed strength. Hang on. Oh, we're trying to make an opposed strength check. Bear with me. It is a d6 plus 12. So I have a 14 strength. I am trying to make a 14 or less. I got a 7. You only got a 6. We both succeeded, but I succeeded with a higher number, so I win. You win, they win. They move on to challenge others. Oh, wait, I didn't read the beginning. A knight boasts about his strength. They challenge you to an arm wrestling match. After beating you by very little, if you want, you can give this card to another knight. That knight must play this card.
We're gonna give it to Gwyneth.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, Gwyneth. I've got a 14, and you have a whatever you have. So let me roll. I got a 9. I'm winning. I'm gonna win.
Can I use a passion?
Sure.
Okay, because I want to make sure my friends have a good time. Could I do loyalty companions? I gotta win this for him.
Nope. This is not a companion challenge to the death.
Okay. What about on my honor?
Honor sounds good.
I gotta be the strongest knight.
Honor sounds good. Go ahead and make an honor roll.
Okay.
Okay,
so that's
you
a
get
success.
So you get a +5.
Okay. Man, I only rolled a 4.
Right. So he beats you. Blap. Okay. So
but if it helps,
Well, the
that
+5
actually
makes it a tie, 9-9.
No. It adds to your threshold.
Oh,
But it does put my strength threshold at 23. If that, I think that pushes me up to a 7 then, but that still loses.
Okay. So while you guys are finishing up, and everyone is starting to clear the feast hall, the ladies have had enough. You know, everybody's the squires and the pages are in there cleaning up the empty plates and tables, and you guys are kind of just gathering your thoughts. You see Sir Haywin in the corner mumbling to himself. Okay, if you remember who Sir Haywin is, he's the one that has a religious what do you call it? Like
Doubts.
yeah, doubts, and everyone knows that he is a pagan. He believes in pagan gods, but he's curious about Christianity too and stuff like that. But he's over in the corner, kind of mumbling to himself. What would you guys like to do?
Over in the
I'm
corner.
going to try and listen in discreetly.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm going to listen for
Yeah.
a moment and see what plagues him before possibly approaching.
I'm
It's-
pretty reckless.
It's mostly mumbling.
I'm gonna walk right up to him.
Okay.
That's kind of weird.
Right. You walk up. He identifies or recognizes your approach. You know, he looks up at you. He's not out of his wits or whatever. I mean, he is, but
You seem preoccupied.
okay. Now we're going to go into what I'd like to call flavor text. He says to you, because you've inquired to him, I just want to live at peace with all the spirits. As so I did what the priests said their heroes did, and went wandering without food in the wilderness, and did nothing but ask Christ to help me get through. Later, I did what the old witch did, and went wandering in the rich forest for as long, asking only that the lady and her servant help me. I was not normally a pious person, but those things can change a man. Well, I got the same answers from both about love and life and a knight's duty. So now, naturally, I follow the Grail by practice. It lets me get in everywhere. Beltane feasts, Christmas at court, midsummer, wherever is convenient. But in truth, I do not think the Holy Grail is real, except as some sort of symbol to inspire idealism in young knights. Okay, so everybody that was listening in can make this roll as well, because you all heard him say it. You guys can make a pagan religion roll if you have it. You can make a folklore roll if you have it. And just let me know what you got.
I got a success on a folklore.
Okay.
A failure on folklore for Sir Bryce.
Hang on,
Oh.
I'm looking for my darn pagan here. Where? Why can I not seem to find it on the
It would
character sheet?
It would be a passion.
Thank you. No, I don't have it listed as one of my passions, so folklore it
Are
is.
are you a Christian?
No, pagan.
Okay, then you should have devotion
Should. But...
or religion.
Oh, right, devotion. There it is. Devotion. There it is.
Yeah.
Devotion. Right. I forgot to put pagan on there. Okay, let's do.
Okay, no worries, because Gwyneth knows this is a special year for the pagans. That is a centennial anniversary of the foaling of Epona, the horse goddess. And he says, this is Sir Haywin says, Epona is going to reward any who's present at the Great White Horse during the next full moon.
The Great White Horse?
Yeah, the Great White Horse of Utvington.
Bless you.
Yeah. So
Is that one of those like giant stone horse things where they lay it out on the ground and like it makes a horse picture from above?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay, so here's the map of the area. And if you scroll up, I hope it's on this map. Hang on, hold on. It might not even be on this map. Oh, I found it.
Oh, all the way up there.
Okay, so you see Uptington, and you see Uptington Castle, and then below that you see what's called the White Horse. It's a hill that has like, it's got some white rock or white sand or something, and it's in the shape of a horse. And he says, anyone who's present during the next full moon will be granted a divine gift, and I'm going to find a way to go. And that's where we're going to call it for the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where we're going to call the game for the night, because it'll let me get ready for next week. I can put my peace cards away. So,
Well, Victor, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was fun.
I know there wasn't like a whole lot of combat or fighting or anything like that, and you really don't even know these guys yet. Not really, but like you have your suspicions about why they're here, and you're welcome to role play out how you want to interact with them. But you guys are technically two sides of a coin. You've got the guys that came from Arthur, and then you've got your household knights. But now you're all working together with Robert. Okay, to be able to go to be able to just pack up and go to this thing, you're going to have to arrange time off. Just FYI, you're going to have to like talk to Robert and say, "Hey, I heard this thing is going on. We'd like to go attend. Can we go?" You can't just get up and leave. If you want to.
Yeah, you can't just go off and ride off into the sunset.
Right. All right, guys.
And he is a little bit short-handed, so...
Exactly.
Ugh. I think I heard some Saxons up that away. Guess we gotta go check it out. All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right, I'll see you. You guys take care.
Take it easy, guys. Have a great night. All
All
right.
right.
See
Thank
next
you.
week.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll make a token out of that picture.
Okay.
All right, the guys are all gone. How is everybody looking? Good. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, I got the new Sauvage book, and all the adventures in the Sauvage book revolve around Sarum and Salisbury, and I wanted, so I needed to find a way to get these guys back to Salisbury so that we could run some of these adventures. I could have ran them as adventures in and around uh, Carleon or what have you. I could have just changed the name or whatever, but I didn't want to do that. I decided I'm just going to stick to um, the way it's written. Plus, there, if you look, let's see if we. Okay, there's Melchett Forest, Harewood. I thought one of these woods was the Sauvage Woods. I thought so. Here's Luggershaw. I was thinking this area right here is considered the Sauvage Woods uh, because the whole adventure or the main portion of the adventure is supposed to take place in the Sauvage Woods. You know what? While I got you here as a captive audience, we're going to go ahead and pull this up. We're going to take a look. The Sauvage. This is the Sauvage King. All right. And that's what it's called. The Forest of Sauvage. King Uther, in the heart of Longres, that's where we're at. The counties of Lambor, Tribute, Central Forest merge into a single. Okay, my eyes just all of a sudden started to get blurry. Okay, let me in the heart of Longres, where the counties of Lambor, Tribute, and Werenesis. You know what? I'm going to see if I can't find that. Here's Lambor Downs. That's not a county, though. Maybe this is it up here. Okay, but either way. Let's go. Forest of Gloom. Camp of Corentin. Yeah, I thought it was right in here. Okay, we're going to try something here. This is the player map, right? Looking at some of the towns. Okay, Wallingford, Lammermoor, Leicester, Newark. Royston, the Wash. Okay. Right here. Yeah, because I saw Bedford. Forest Sauvage. Tribute Castle. I thought there was a river running through it. Newark, Leicester. Okay. Okay, bear with me. Bedford. There's Leicester. Forest Sauvage right here. That's kind of far away. I thought it would be like in this area down here. But either way, that's the adventure. All right, guys. Well, I will catch you next week, and you guys take care. You guys have a good night.